This is Occult Pop, where we talk about popular culture through a cult lens. I am Danica Simone.
And I'm Guy Quintero.
Today we have a fascinating show to talk about today. From, which is a horror series, came out in 2022 and is still going. So far, they have 3 seasons. You can stream them on MGM Plus, which is also available as an Amazon add-on if you have Amazon Video and prefer to use that platform instead of getting another streaming service, just another thing to stream. The exciting news is that we have waited 2 long years since season 3 wrapped up, and season 4 is going to begin to air in a week and a half from now on April 19th. So I'm so stoked for that. They
Yeah.
left us on a crazy cliffhanger at the end of season 3 and made us wait 2 years. So before we get further into this, just want to let you guys know that this episode, unlike our other episodes, is really going to be spoiler free because the writers, this entire time, these whole 3 seasons, we have no idea what's going on. So everything we talk about is purely speculation. And we want you to join the conversation with us, whether you have seen it or have not yet seen it. You're not going to miss out on anything. We're not ruining anything for you guys. And if anything, it'll hopefully encourage you to join us and watch it with us and get caught up in time to watch the season 4. So a quick synopsis, because like I said, there isn't much to give away. So it's just a quick overview, just so you know what we're going to be talking about. This horror series is set in a nightmarish town in the United States that traps those who enter. The unwilling residents strive to remain alive while plagued by terrifying nocturnal creatures from the surrounding forest as they search for secrets hidden within the town and beyond in the hope of finding a way out. The series centers on Boyd Stevens, played by Harold Perrineau, the self-appointed sheriff and de facto mayor, and the Mathews family, new arrivals who soon discover they are trapped along with the other existing residents and must work together to stay alive and find a way to escape. The whole cast is amazing. Love Harold Perrineau. He's a phenomenal actor, and he's been in other stuff. He's been in big roles, yeah?
Oh, yeah. He's been in a lot of things. He's one of those actors that you recognize his face, even though you may not know his name. And yeah, very talented guy. He's been in, off the top of my head, I remember he was in Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio, the one in the 90s. Really stylish one. I think he played Mercutio. He did a really good job in that role. And he also was in The Matrix. So like
Who was
he
he?
he was the one of the crew members that was helping them out. He was, I guess, a natural born human, so he didn't have all the plugins.
Oh, wait. Was he the one with the dreadlocks?
Yeah,
Okay, on the ship? Yeah, he was one of the brothers
yeah,
with the dreadlocks.
yeah,
He was the one with the dreadlocks. Okay, yeah.
yeah. So he does a really good job. He has a way with his skill of seamlessly blending in to the movie, so that he plays his character perfectly. So you don't really recognize him, but yeah, he does a great job. Great actor.
A very wide range of acting ability, acting skills. That's amazing. So this show has been nominated for numerous awards, of which they won 2. They won the Leo Award in 2023 for Best Supporting Performance by a Male in a Dramatic Series for Ricky Heap, who played Kenny Lou, Boyd's deputy and right-hand man.
Yeah,
Another great actor. He definitely, that award was definitely deserved.
yeah,
Yeah.
very good portrayals.
The other award was the Saturn Award in 2025 for Best Horror Television Series.
Very good. Well deserved awards though, because it's a great show. It really is.
Yeah.
It's one of the shows that I'm looking forward to it coming back. And I hate to sound like a stick in the mud, but sometimes I'm not excited about a show. It just comes out when it comes out. But this one I'm excited about.
Yeah. I kind of lost track of this one because we've been waiting so long. And you guys, this is purely coincidental. I had no idea it was coming out until we had already decided we were going to talk about this show.
Yeah.
And when I was putting the synopsis together, it was like, the next season's starting. And I'm like, what? So I was very excited. So from the very beginning, the show starts off, it's so well done the way they start off the show. Okay. Like episode one, minute one, you are on this journey with the Mathews family. They're going cross country, they're driving, they're in an RV, and they drive through this town. It looks like an abandoned town, a ghost town, and they drive through. And they're talking, chatting, whatever, singing songs, I think, probably. And a few minutes goes by, and all of a sudden they pass the town again. And they're like, did we miss a turn or did we take a turn and not realize it? Did this take us in a circle? So they go again. They keep going through and they're looking at the road like, okay, we must have hit a turnoff or something. And then a few minutes later, they loop back around. After a few times of doing that, all of a sudden, one more loop around, this guy jumps out in the middle of the road, like trying to flag them down to get them to stop. And they like freak out and they swerve but they keep going. And they're like, what's wrong with that crazy guy? Just jumps out like crazy. And then I think the next time around, they pulled out spikes. They put
Yeah.
spikes in the road to pop the tires to make them stop because they're not stopping. And they end up crashing and they get ran off the road. So we are as viewers, as watchers of the show, we are along the ride with this family, and you're like, you don't know who are these people? They just ran you off the road. What's going to happen? Are they safe? Are they dangerous? Why would they do that? So from the very get go, the very beginning, you're like so lost. You have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know who to trust.
Yeah. And the show in itself is a slow burn mystery. It's a horror and it has survival horror aspects in it, but it is a slow burn supernatural mystery. That's the best way to explain the show.
We've gone through 3 seasons and we still don't know what
Anything really.
what we're facing,
Yeah.
what these monsters are. So, they approach the RV. You find out later the guy who tries flagging them down is Boyd. He's the sheriff slash mayor. And he keeps telling them, like, "Hey, we have to get out of here. You need to come inside before it gets dark out because dangerous things come out. It's not safe out here." And they're like, bro, we don't know you. Like, we don't know that it's safe to go with you. Like, what do like, so they were like, no, no, no. We need to fix the RV and get out of here. Like, we're not staying here. We don't know who you are. And so he's like trying to reason with them and like trying to get them to come inside and saying that something is coming, when night falls. So you're like, okay, what's going on? And yeah, at night these things come out and you could tell right away they're predators, you know. They look like humans, but they look like dead, like undead.
And there's something off about them when you see them.
Yeah. Now, my theory when I first started watching it, I thought maybe they were vampires because I think in the very first episode, like that first night, even possibly, one of them approaches a window, like on the second or third floor, and they're just peering into one of the children's rooms, and it's claiming to be the child's grandmother
Yeah.
and saying, "Let me in. Can you let me in?" And then the child lets her in and it gets bloody really fast. And when you see her attack, she has these crazy razor sharp teeth, which makes me think again, vampire, with all the blood and gore and everything. Like you're like, it's drinking their blood.
Yeah.
It's got to be. I mean, you don't see it. You see the aftermath of it. You don't see it actually happen. So I thought, okay, it's got to be a vampire or something. Because also, you're told from the very beginning, they come out at night. So they don't come out during the day. And they need permission to enter. And then they have the teeth and blood and stuff ensues. So that's what I was thinking they were.
It's not a bad guess. I have a different guess. I believe that they are a type of Fey entity because the title of the show is From, which if you translate Fey into English, it means from. So I think that they are a type of Fey creature known as the Slua, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. The Slua. And the reason why I think that it's because Slua are nocturnal predatory Fae. They come out at night and they kill wandering people. They have very similar traits to vampires. So it's very I can understand why you would see that. Why anyone would, honestly. but they come out at night as monsters. They look like people or wandering spirits, and then they kill people that they run into. During the day, though, their spirits leave the bodies and they transform into birds, sometimes ravens, crows, or if they're in a sea-going area, seagulls. So in the beginning, when the show starts, the first thing you see are crows flying in the air. So I'm wondering if that's the sluagh during the day in crow form, and they're impervious to all weaponry that they have. And the Fae would be impervious to lead rounds and things like that. So that's why I'm leaning more towards that it has to be a Fae creature. Also, it seems like, when you were talking about the Mathews family and how they were trapped and all of that, it seems like they're trapped in a pocket dimension. And if you've seen our previous episode on the Fae, on our flagship show, The Veil Between, we talk about how the Fae go through pocket dimensions and things like that, and they live in other dimensions. And a lot of them get there via frequency manipulation, wormholes, or energy points. And wormholes, I know everyone thinks it's science fiction. It's in space. They're not in space. There's plenty of wormholes here on Earth that can lead you to other places on Earth.
Yeah, there's energy points, there's portals, there's vortexes, right?
Yeah, vortexes.
There's supposedly one in Arizona, right? They claim that there's a vortex there.
Yeah. And so that's what I think these people are trapped in the pocket dimension that belong to the Fae. One of the many pocket dimensions that belong to the Fae. So I think that they're stuck there and that's what they're dealing with. So we'll see though. The show doesn't really allude to what they are. So we are
Completely lost.
completely
3
lost.
seasons in, we still have no idea what's happening.
3 seasons in, we don't know what these things are. We just know that they're the monsters.
Although season 3 ended on a crazy cliffhanger, and we basically are hoping because of how many cliffhangers they left. You're like, okay, there's a lot of stuff is gonna start popping off in season 4. At least that's the hope, because they left a lot of open like new questions, like
Yeah.
what just happened. So yeah, season 3 was crazy. The first 2 seasons they were pretty much just a continuation, and you still didn't know what was going on in season 3, but by the end of season 3, you're like, okay, you have more questions now.
Yeah.
It was all about discovering things, which just with no answers, just brought up more questions, like what is going on here?
Yeah.
I'm also concerned that means that there's a possibility that this season might be the final season. I don't know, because I don't know how much farther they can take it, but I don't know
We'll see.
how inventive the writers are. They might be able to keep it going.
They've been doing a good job so far.
So I thought initially that it was vampires, but like you said, when you take into consideration that they're stuck there. I haven't heard anything in folklore about vampires being able to control the area, like to keep you trapped there, like, control the atmosphere, the realm, that they can lock it down. So I moved away from vampires and was thinking maybe it was some kind of fae, because fae are tricksters, right? I don't think that they're bringing these people there. I think these people are, if they take certain paths down certain roads, because you do find out that each person is from a different place. They were
Yeah.
driving on different roads, but they all somehow ended up here,
Yeah.
and so it's not in one static place. It is kind of like a moving realm, and there must be somehow different portals, different vortexes on these certain roads. Maybe they're on ley lines, I don't know, and you just happen to be there and it sucks you in, right?
Yeah.
You don't even realize what's happening. But I do think that maybe this is my hypothesis, that maybe once you're in, they keep you there. Like, I think they are keeping these people there. They are treating it like it's a game, like they are hunting them like prey, like, humans hunt lions and on safari. I
Yeah.
feel like that's what this is.
That's a good theory because a lot of them do the way they talk. It's like, oh, that's no fun when someone runs off. So that does make a lot of sense.
And they move slow, like not because they can't move fast.
Yeah, but
They
just
are just not in a hurry.
but not in a hurry.
Because they know these people are trapped here. They have nowhere they can only run so far.
Yeah, like you're trapped in a giant cage. Where are you gonna go?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a controlled space. They're in no hurry. They're in no rush. And also, I was thinking, okay, maybe they're eating them for sustenance, but also there is like a lot of blood and everything. So maybe they're drinking the blood like a vampire. Like that's what I was thinking. But these people, as they kill them within a certain however many hours goes by, maybe it's like 24 or 12, I don't know. After being bitten, they then turn. So they're also growing their numbers as they're losing town members. But then also every so often, I don't know, every month or a few months goes by, a new person comes in,
Yeah.
right? And that's the crazy part because the twist that they put is like first you come in at the beginning and you're seeing it from a perspective of like you're new here and you have no idea what's going on. You don't know who to trust. But then as other people, like you've come to face reality, you know what's going on. Now these are your people, like you're in the same situation, you're all stuck together. You gotta work together to survive, right? So they become like your community, right? And so then all of a sudden this next person comes and now you're on the other side trying to flag them down, trying to stop them and trying to help them and be like, "You have to get off the road. You have to come inside. It's dangerous outside when night falls. You can't be outside." And then you see these people freaking out and they're fighting back and you're just trying to help them and they don't trust you and they're like, "Who are you? Like you're running me off the road," you know?
Yeah. And that's a big dynamic they have to deal with. Not only dealing with the monsters and with the whole area just basically working against them, but also you don't know what the next person's thinking. And they don't really know these people. Like you said, they're from different areas. So some of these people are very headstrong, some of these people are stubborn, and they have their own idea of doing things. And a lot of times it blows up and causes even more problems. The human aspect is probably more terrifying than the monsters themselves because of how people behave. And you see a lot of selfishness in the show, and it ends up blowing up in people's faces. And if it doesn't blow up directly in their faces, it ends up getting other people hurt.
You can easily see that even though these people are coming together and creating a community to try to help each other out, try to survive, because it's really about numbers, right? The
Yeah,
more numbers, the better off you are, right? So like they're all in the same boat. They're trying to help each other out. So in that aspect, they function as a community. It's a very dysfunctional community. Like you said, a lot of them have attitude, and it's like the trust isn't fully there. So each person has something going on in their lives. They all have their own secrets. No one's sharing their personal stories. No one's sharing their personal journey. Like they're all messed up in some way. They
yeah,
all have like baggage
yeah.
that
All of them have
they're
baggage.
kind of traumatized about. And it's not hard to imagine, especially the ones that have been there the longest, right? They've seen the most people die. So they have like PTSD too. And they're like, there's no way out. It's just a matter of time before we die.
Yeah,
There's a lot of like fear and just all those low frequencies, anger, depression.
yeah.
Some of them are giving up.
That might be one of the reasons why they're stuck there too.
No one's happy. They're either in fear, they're angry at their circumstances, or they're like messed up mentally with like severe PTSD because of the stuff they've seen and the stuff they've had to witness and live through. And these people, most of them didn't come alone, right? I think only a few of them came alone, but most of them were like they were on a family trip or something,
Yeah,
like going to the grocery store or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? But most of them weren't alone. And so they've lost their people.
awful stuff. Yeah,
Not only did they lose their person, but now they're seeing them come back to life as an undead person or monster being, fey thing.
yeah. So now we want to hear what you guys think. What are your theories? If you watch the show, what are your theories on what's happening and what they're dealing with? Is it fae? Is it vampires? Is it magic? What do you think is happening? And what are your theories? And nothing's too far out. And if you want to help come up with some ideas, you can watch our show on the Fae on our flagship show, The Veil Between Podcast. Nothing's been confirmed, so no theory is too crazy, to be honest with you, because the writers leave everything up to mystery.
Yeah, they've really been holding this one close to the chest. It's just a lot of theory out there. And honestly, I don't want, like, I haven't really been looking into anything too deeply. I don't want my perception altered in any way. And I haven't even looked at like like I said, like I just literally found out that this was coming out in a week and a half. And so I'm purposely staying away from watching any trailers or anything. I want to go in blind.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to have any preconceived notions or anything aside from what we were shown as the season
Well, the
finale.
showrunners and the actors, all they've been pretty tight-lipped. There's no spoilers.
No.
There's nothing out there. No one knows what's going on, to be honest with you. It's all just guessing at
Yeah.
this point. So I'm glad it leaves some mystery to what's happening right now. I hate when there's leaks and then you know what's going to happen. It's like, this is not the case. You don't know what's going on here. So they've been pretty tight lipped about it, and that's good.
There are hints, like literally the very last episode, the season finale of season 3, they are hinting towards crazy things happening,
Yeah.
coming to light. It like totally different left turn in the road I didn't even know was there. So like this is going to be I think this is going to be a big season of
Yeah.
like a lot of
Yeah.
revelations coming out. Not necessarily answers, but just more even more questions because they somehow do that every season, giving us more questions than answers
Yeah.
ever. But so if you've seen the show, let us know what you think, what your thoughts are. If you haven't seen it, again, it's on MGM Plus, which you can get on Amazon Video as an add-on. And you have a week and a half, guys, to get caught up on the first 3 seasons, which is not gonna be hard to do because each season, even season 4, only has 10 episodes.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be able to binge that real fast and get ready for season 4 on April 19th. I'm so stoked. I hope that you guys will be able to watch it with us. And maybe I don't know, we'll have to look into it, but maybe if you are interested in maybe doing a watch party or something like a live chat while we're watching it, because it is streaming, we can set a time and a day that we all agree on. Because I know we have international folks and stuff, so the
Yeah.
timing might be a little
Might be a little tough.
hard to do. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll
We'll
see.
see. But I mean, if you guys are interested, let us know and we'll try to figure it out. But yeah, I hope if you haven't seen the show, maybe hopefully we've whet your little appetite that makes you wanna watch it and join in on the crazy speculations and try to figure out what's going on.
That's a good wrap up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for joining us for this episode of Occult Pop.
We'll see you next time.